Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing absolutely amazing. If you are watching my video for the first time, hi, my name is Shilpa, I live in Germany and I make videos about my experiences here in Germany. And in this video, I'm going to share my experience of how I converted my Indian driving license to German driving license, how much did it cost me, what was the procedure and some useful tips. Conversion is usually cheaper than applying for a fresh driving license because in fresh driving license there are mandatory number of theoretical and practical classes that you need to attend, and the cost for each class adds up to it and then it becomes more expensive. But in conversion you don't need to take the theory classes, and also how many number of practical classes that you take are totally dependent on you. It depends on your driving skills. You can usually do it in 4 to 7 classes. Some people also do it in 1 or 2 class, because when you come here from India you are allowed to drive for the first 6 months, and if you drive properly in those 6 months then you are actually already a skilled driver for Germany. But one important point to note: if you want to convert your Indian driving license to German one, you need to have your Indian driving license before you land here in Germany. Here in Germany, you don't directly go to a RTO or a traffic office, or you do not apply for a driving license via any agent. Here, you need to go through a driving school. So, now let's understand the procedure of the driving school, and what are the registration charges and additional costs, and what is the entire process. So the first step is registration. So look for a Fahrschule in your region and look for the reviews, which one is nice, and then you go to them, you register yourself for a driving license, and the cost for that is 100 to 150 euros because it depends on school to school. And you can also like ask them what is the fees for conversion, and do they usually they also give like a lesser price to that. In my case, I paid 65 euros for the registration fee. The next step is mandatory first aid course and eye test, and you can do both of these on the same day, and you can apply for them via your school, or you can also book slots online. And the charges for first aid course are 30 to 35 euros, and for eye test it is 7 euros. And the first aid course is going to be in German, but they are going to tell you how to give first aid in emergency situations, and they give you practical examples. They have props and all, and they make you do those things, so it is very useful and you will be able to understand so many things. The next step is document submission at the Rathaus. So there you need to submit the certificate of your first aid course, your eye test certificate, your passport copy, one passport size photo, and your city registration and your residence permit of Germany. And you also need to submit your driving license. Some of them may also ask you for a German translated copy of your license. In my case, they did not ask. After the document submission, the Rathaus will send you a letter to pay the fees, and in that you pay the fee for document verification. Then they do the document verification, and the fees for that is 38 euros. And the verification might take 3 to 4 weeks minimum. And once the verification is done, they will send your application to TÜV that okay, the documents are, or the license is approved, and then you can schedule your theory exam. So after that, you can ask your driving school to schedule your exam, and for that they might charge between 40 to 50 euros, and TÜV will charge you 21.49 euros for scheduling the exam. So now let's talk about how to prepare for the theory exam, what sort of exam it is, and also how I prepared for it. So for that, you can take a app which you will get from your driving school, and they might charge you around 50 to 70 euros for the app. Also, you can take some packages online from certain websites, and they will cost you around 15 to 25 euros per month, and there are few apps also available online. If I talk about the app and how to prepare for theory exam, so in that app you will get somewhere around 1100 questions, and you need to know them all, because out of those 1100 only you are going to get only 30 in your exam. And these questions are going to be a mix of images, videos, symbols and all. So they will be about the highway rules, or they will ask you about how to behave in a certain situation. A video will be playing, and then you will need to select few answers, and there will be all the road related symbols, that what does this symbol mean. and there are not fixed set of answers that okay you have to give one answer or two answers. There can be one correct answer or two or maybe all of them as well. And in that app you get to do 100 mock tests. So by doing those tests you know that okay where do you stand, how much of you are doing right or how much you are doing wrong. And you also have an option of marking difficult questions. So the ones that you are facing difficulty you can mark them as difficult and then you can practice them again and again. So the app is very helpful. Now let's talk about the theory exam and how was my experience of giving it. So today I have my driving license theoretical exam, and right now I am at the tube center to give my exam, and I'm going. I hope I pass, and I will share my experiences after the exam. So in the exam you get 45 minutes to do 30 questions, and in my case for some questions I was 100% sure that okay this is the correct answer, but for some I wasn't. So in that case what you can do is you can mark them for later on, and once you can complete all the questions that you are sure about, and then you can go back to those questions and read them 2 3 times. Like for 2 or 3 questions I had no clue that what is the answer, because there are like 1100 questions and it's very hard to remember all of them. So in that case I tried to understand them and then like read them twice or thrice, and then I was able to take out the answer, and yeah, I cleared it. Yay, I passed. So I passed my theory exam and I'm super happy. So once you have cleared your theory exam, now you're eligible to go for your practical exam. And first you need to take practical classes. So you can ask your driving school to schedule the practical classes for you, and like a 45-minute practical class will cost you somewhere around 35 to 45 euros, and it depends on your instructor that how many classes he wants to give you and of how much duration. Like you can take classes of 45 minutes, 1 hour, or 1.5 hour, or a mix of all these depending on your driving skills. And it is better to take more classes if you are not confident about your driving, and you can tell your instructor that okay you want more autobahn classes or you want to go for more parking skills. Instructor is going to teach you the parking skills, the autobahn experience or the driving on autobahn, and then emergency braking and everything that you need to do in your exam. So in that case you can ask them if you feel less confident in something. Once you feel confident about your driving skills you can ask your school to schedule your practical exam, and for that TÜV is going to charge you 91.75 euros, and your driving school is going to charge you somewhere around 100 to 120 euros. And you can always ask your instructor to give you a half an hour or 45 minutes class before the exam so that you feel more in practice, because the exam in total is going to cost you somewhere around 200 euros, and if you fail you need to pay the same cost again, and also you will have to take some additional classes, so that is going to become more costly for you. And now if I talk about the practical exam day, first you need to carry your passport or your residency permit with you. The instructor is going to check that, and then he will give you some basic instructions of how you need to behave. He will tell you to calm down, and he will also, like, he asked, in my case he asked me to just do what my teacher has taught me, and he said that he doesn't want to see anything additional. And they might also ask you some theory questions, like okay can you tell me what is the purpose of this button, or can you like tell me how to open the bonnet and change the oil, and depends on the instructor. So you need to, like, it's better if you revise your theory knowledge also. And then the exam is going to be a 45-minute long driving session. So today I have my driving license practical exam, and I am so nervous for this. Actually I'm more nervous for this than I was for the theory one. So let's see, and fingers crossed, and I hope I pass. It's 7:30 in the morning, and my exam starts at 8:15. It's still dark outside, so let's see how it goes. Waiting for the examiner, and so nervous. God save me today. So in your practical exam, you are asked to perform multiple exercises by your examiner, and one very important exercise here is the hard stop. So you will be driving approximately at the speed of 30, and your instructor will ask you to make a hard stop, and in that case the car should stop. If it moves, then you might fail the exam, and then you will be asked to parallel park and back park. There also you can't take multiple chances, maybe one or two. And also while driving, you need to keep in mind the important signs and the stop sign, and you need to check your blind spot, and you need to show him that you are driving very attentively, you know all the rules and you are following them. And he will also ask you to cool down and drive relaxingly. So do not panic, but drive perfectly and nicely, and you will pass the exam. I have cleared my practical driving license exam. I drove the car for around 45 minutes, did multiple exercises like they ask you to reverse park, parallel park, hard stop, and everything. And now the examiner has given me this paper, which is like a confirmation letter, which says that okay, I have cleared my practical exam, and right now I am at the office from where I have to collect my license. So I will go inside and take my license, and yay, I'm so happy. So finally I have my German driving license. Yay! So now let's go and drive. So once you have cleared your practical exam, you are eligible to get your license. But when you get your license, for the initial first 2 years, you have a probation period, and in that, if you make such big mistakes like crossing a red light, or in the worst case causing an accident, then in that case you will have to attend very costly seminars, or you might also need to give your practical exam once again. So drive carefully during the probation period, otherwise it might get extended to 4 years also. So this was it about my experience of getting a German driving license and the steps or the procedure that you need to go through. And I hope that you found some relevant information in this video, and I wish you all the best if you are looking forward to get a German driving license. If you found this video useful for you, please give it a like, and also share your experience of getting a driving license in the comment section. Or if you want to ask something, you can ask me in the comment section. And please do subscribe to my channel, it is totally free, and you can also hit the bell icon for notifications. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye and have a good time.